You can manifest $1 million in your journal every single day for a year. You can vision board it, candle it, 3 a.m. full moon ritual it. And still, when it knocks on your actual front door, you won't let it in. Because here's the thing nobody tells you in the manifestation industrial complex. Wanting something and being able to experience yourself having it are two completely different muscles. One lives in fantasy, the other lives in your body. I'm Julie Nguyen, and this is a Spiritual Shitshow Podcast. Today, we are talking about why your dream life feels like it's stuck in the mail and what it actually takes to let it in the door. There's a difference between manifesting and embodying. I pulled this from a transmission that came through recently, and the second I heard it, it cracked something open for me because it's basically my whole healing journey in one sentence. It's easy to manifest in a dream. The real work, the real fun, is allowing yourself to fully experience and embody what you say you want. I want you to think about it like this. Somewhere in you, you've got a list. You've got the money, the relationship, the body, the creative life, the recognition, and you believe you want it. But have you ever actually let yourself feel what it's like to have it? Not think about it or vision board about it, but feel it in your body right now before it's arrived. Because if you can't feel it before it shows up, you won't recognize it, or you will sabotage it when it does. This is the exact spot in the hero's journey where most of us get stuck. We cross the threshold, we say the big prayer, we do the shadow work, we call in the thing, and then when the universe actually says, here you go, we freeze. We find a reason it's not the right time. We shrink back into the ordinary world because the ordinary world, even when it's painful, is familiar. So here's your first practice, and I want you to actually do this, not just listen to me talk about it. Go grab your journal. Got it? All right, here we go. Write down the top 10 things you want to experience. Not manifest, experience. There's a difference between I want to manifest $1 million and can I actually see and feel myself as a person who has $1 million? One is a wish. The other is an identity. The other is what is asking you to embody, to step into, to allow. And while you write, notice your body. Where does it tighten? Where does it expand? Is there a contraction? That's the exact place that is blocking the door. There are 3 ways people actually move toward their life, and I want you to find yours. Not everyone gets there the same way, and this is where a lot of spiritual teaching fails people. It gives you one formula and says, do this, but there isn't one path up the mountain. In this transmission that came in on Monday night in Energy Club, there were 3 totally different styles that came through, and I want to translate them into archetypes because you might resonate with one of these. Number 1 is the builder. You're the one who hears, I want to go to Paris with my mom, and immediately wants to know what's the action step. You get energized by momentum, by projects, by seeing something through from spark to finish. Your danger isn't laziness. It's overthinking your way into paralysis, tunneling so hard into the right way to do it that you talk yourself out of the joy of just doing it. And if this is you, I challenge you to stop auditing yourself. The action doesn't have to look impressive. It has to feel like you. Here, for the builder, fun is the metric, not correctness. The second archetype that came in Energy Club on Monday is the river. If you resonate with a river, you're somebody who is not here to force anything. Your power is trust. Understanding that things are already in motion and your job isn't to dig the channel, it's to let the current carry you, and you know how to feel it. You know how to read it. Your danger is mistaking stillness for stuckness and getting anxious that you're not doing enough. If this is you, your action step is strength, not hustle. Literally, building physical strength in your body gives your nervous system a stable bank for the river to move through. Flow needs banks, or it just floods. The third archetype that came in Energy Club is the gardener. You tend, you prune, you witness things rise slowly, and you trust the tending itself is the work. You don't yank the rose open. You create conditions for it to bloom on its own time. Your danger here, though, is impatience with yourself, wanting the bloom before you've done the quiet tending. And if this is you, your work here now is softness, not urgency. Slow, graceful, embodied movement. Literally moving your body slowly and gracefully teaches your whole system that becoming doesn't require force. None of these archetypes is more spiritual. There's this masculine hustle culture version of manifesting, and it tells everyone to be the builder. And that's a lie. I want you to think about the builder, the river, the gardener. Know your nature and then move accordingly. There is also a worthiness flip. You are not a monk. And when the guides brought this in, it just blew me wide open. There's this old, deeply embedded belief, especially in spiritual and healing communities, that the more devoted you are to serving others, the less you're allowed to have. Look at the archetype of the monk, the nun, the healer who lives in near poverty because their purpose is sacred and separate from material reality. And here's the correction that was brought in the Transmission and Energy Club. Living in your purpose is supposed to include living in your abundance. Living in your purpose is supposed to include living in your abundance. They are not opposites. You are not just spirit having a human experience so you can suffer nobly. You are here to feel the full range of being alive, including money, pleasure, rest, ease. If your service to the world is draining you dry, that's not devotion. That's an old, broken model, and it's allowed to end today. Living in your purpose is supposed to include living in your abundance. So I want you to say this out loud. I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of using my gifts to help people, and I am worthy of being wildly resourced while I do it. That is alignment. Then we're moving from scarcity to abundance. It's a practice, not a vibe. Abundance isn't a mood you either have or don't have. It's a muscle you train by noticing. And this little exercise, I loved it when it came in for the group. Energy Club, you guys, is so good. There's so much information that comes in. But listen, abundance isn't a mood you either have or you don't have. It's a muscle you train by noticing. Every apple tree that drops more apples than one family could ever eat, every sourdough starter that keeps growing no matter how much bread you bake from it, nature doesn't ration. Lack is a human invention layered on top of a universe that is structurally abundant. So your homework this week, and actually do this, I am doing it too, is a daily mantra. I am, and I have an abundance of. I am worthy, and I have an abundance of time. I am powerful, and I have an abundance of ideas. I am loved, and I have an abundance of people who show up for me. And let that list grow all week. Even if it's one new thing a day. I have an abundance of. And anytime you feel stuck, money stuck, creatively stuck, love stuck, don't try to force a solution. I want you to just jump back into I am and I have an abundance of. And then go find one piece of evidence of abundance around you right now. When you are noticing and tracking abundance, which is different than tracking gratitude, it's easy to say, I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful for the food. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for. I have an abundance of. Can be a little trickier. I have an abundance of. What do you have an abundance of? I have an abundance of friends that I can lean on. I have an abundance of laughter. I have an abundance of. Track your abundance and know that it breaks the scarcity trance faster than any strategy will. I am worthy and I have an abundance of. Lean into that part. Your body is not the enemy of your spirituality. This is the part I wish someone had told me years ago, back when I thought healing meant transcending my body, floating above my triggers, becoming so evolved that I didn't feel anything messy anymore. This keeps on coming in for me in my meditations and my ceremonies, that the body isn't something to fix. Your body isn't something to fix, discipline, or escape. It's the actual instrument your manifestations move through. You don't get to skip embodiment and get straight to enlightenment. There's no bypassing. The body is the bridge. So here are some tools to help you. If you think that you are the builder, if you resonate with the builder, try strength training, dancing like nobody's watching while you cook dinner, movement that's loud and joyful and not disciplined and serious. If you resonate with more of the river, maybe check out Qigong or strengthening your legs, squatting, anything that's giving your foundation stability so flow has somewhere to move. And if you resonate in today's episode with the gardener, tend to the body in really slow, soft, compassionate ways. Allow shapes to melt into other shapes. Move slow. Take your time. Mindfulness. And then universally, check in with what's asking for nourishment. Check in with your body. Is it my gut health? Do I need rest, hydration? Whatever your body's been quietly asking for while you've been busy manifesting in your head, listen to that. Strength isn't just muscles. It's your whole internal system feeling safe enough to hold what you're calling in. You are not meant to do this alone. I want to land the plane here because this is the part that ties back to everything. Somewhere in the fragmentation of modern life, we all got convinced this is a solo mission, that healing is private, that awakening is an individual achievement, and that if you just meditate hard enough or heal long enough or revisit your childhood stuff, you'll arrive. That's not the hero's journey. In every version of that story, the hero has allies, mentors, a community that shows up at the exact moment they can't carry it alone anymore. So ask yourself tonight, honestly, what am I carrying that was never mine to carry alone? Am I trying to be the healer who holds everyone else together while quietly falling apart? What am I allowed to put down? And I do love rituals, and I'm being reminded to do more rituals because the rituals allow the body to participate in the manifestation. So tonight's ritual is light a candle, take a bath, do whatever grounds you, and consciously release one thing you've been carrying that isn't yours, just for tonight, and see how your shoulders feel tomorrow. That's a lot of stuff that comes in to Energy Club. If you're ever interested in joining, please feel free to reach out. I will send you the link. It is a really beautiful community. And again, we are not meant to do this alone. And that is the shit show for today. Manifestation isn't a wish list you send to the universe and wait on. It's a body you inhabit fully enough to actually receive what you've been asking for. Your homework I am and I have an abundance of. Create that list. Repeat that mantra every day this week. Let the list grow. And if this landed for you, send it to the person in your life who's stuck or really, really manifesting and waiting for the manifestation to happen. And I appreciate the shares because that's how this grows, not through the algorithm, but through real people passing real medicine to each other. I'm Julie Nguyen. This is the Spiritual Shitshow Podcast. Now go embody something today and make sure it's fun. Big love. Till next time.